How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is the day of another day. Another day we call Tuesday. Anyway, being said, what's good, people? Come on, we gotta do a uswa on this one because this is gonna be a doozy. Come on with me, just do hands together for a little bit of prayer. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, what's good, people? I'm not going to talk too much in the beginning because I want to show you this video of a trans woman who's decided that now she wants to go back to being a man. Her name is Riri Nicole, and she's changing herself back to being Antonio. I want you to look at this video that I'm going to share with you, and my thing is this, is that I'm the kind of person like this. If this is what you want to do, my thing is do it. If this is the point in your life that you feel as though you need to do it. I have no problem with that. I don't knock anybody's story because I feel as though everybody does everything for a reason. And I believe everybody comes at you for only the history that they had before they get to that point when they present themselves in front of you. You know, so I cannot say, you know, well, this and this and this and that. But my thing is this, I want you to watch this video. And I want you to learn something within this video, which I'm going to point out to you. And I want you to look at this. She decided that she's going to now live her life with the Lord, you know, and that God is, you know, is going to have to work with her and work on, you know, her spirit, I guess, to get her back to the where, you know, she isn't being a trans woman is not way of God. And, you know, basically another trans woman decided that she's now going to live her life as a man. And she wants everyone to know that being who you are is not right. It's not from God. And, you know, and she says that you can't inherit the earth in the kingdom dressed that way. But we're going to talk about that once you see the video. But I want you to look at this strong point. Now, within myself, you know, I tell you all the time, I don't drink. Sometimes I drink when I go out. I don't do weed. I don't smoke. I'm not knocking. That's what you do. That's what you do. I have no problem with that. That's your thing. That's what you do to get by. That's your thing. That's nothing to do with me. Just per se, not for me. Only because I'll go out sometimes, which very rarely I go out. And when I go out, I stay in New York and so, which I've reported it back to you. And I have a drink sometimes when I come back home. But basically, that's not my therapy. My therapy is this. My therapy is this. And I've told you this before, I'm a praying person because the simple fact of the matter is that I don't know a lot of the answers, and I go to God. And all man's like this. And people who are from God know what I mean when I say this. And these are the words we say. We say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And we keep tearing until we feel him in our spirit. We go, Jesus, until we feel him in our soul. Until the things around you start to shake. And you can feel the spirit that's come up inside of you. And you sit back and you just go, Jesus. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm saying that in front of you, because I want you to know. When a person speaks of God, their eyes light up. Tell my eyes lit up. And I talk about God, how beautiful, how powerful it is. This is the person that's speaking of God, and she's been basically, in my mind, I'm thinking she's been delivered, and she's no longer trans. She's now Antonio. Now I want you to look at her eyes and tell me how much happiness of her message that she's sharing with you. Check this out.
Most of you know me as Riri Nicole. But from this point on, you're going to know me as Antonio. Because that's who I am. The devil had me to believe that I was someone who God didn't complete. I was someone that needed to be someone else. The devil had me believe that. But I introduced to you Antonio. Right now you might say, you don't look like no Antonio, you look like Riri Nicole. But I gave my life to Christ. And he said, don't worry about all that. Let me do the rest. The enemy had me believing that I can inherit the kingdom of heaven like this, in the state of mind that I was. And that's a lie. That's a lie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change myself back to who I was and allow God to use me as a strong man, because that's what I am. And I just want to tell you guys that whoever says that it's okay for you to change the way that you look or the way that you are, or to change your gender, told you it was okay, they told you a lie. I just got to say that. But right now, I'm working on me. Jesus is working on me, might I say. It's a lie. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. The enemy wants it to look beautiful and glamorous, but it's not. It's not. So I invite you guys to come with me on my journey, going back to hell where it came from. I'm sorry. A lot of you might not agree, but it is what it is. It is what it is, and the truth is that when God make you, He don't make no mistakes. And the devil is not going to use me. I walked through hell. It was about six whole months of me being in hell. Y'all wonder why I did not make a video, or why I hadn't been the same, or why I was walking through hell, literally, the flesh falling off my bones, rats eating at me, my eyes were covered. I could feel the fire. I could hear the souls, and I could smell the death. And I told God I didn't want to be that. That's not what I wanted to be. Have me be what you need me to be, and use me the way that you need me to be used. So I invite you guys to come with me on my journey. Me going back to where I was. And that's being a strong man of God. See, the devil wanted me to think that I was supposed to be a woman, and I was supposed to marry a man, and I was supposed to do all of that. And look at these. Look at what the devil had me do. And it was my choice. My mind wasn't where I needed it to be. Right now, in the name of Jesus, it's going back. And I invite you to let Christ lead your life.
Okay, you see that? Now, a person speaking of God, you're supposed to be speaking of, like, I've watched people who've been in the spirit, who is of God, and, when, you speak of God, you think of how the powerful and how He is for you and stuff, and being trans, and that's not the way of God. You cannot go into the kingdom of heaven. You cannot do these things, in the glamour. Let me make sure I have this right, because she said the love and the glamour and the beauty and being beautiful. Basically, being a trans woman to her, forgive me, to him, in his mind, is glamour, being beautiful, and outfits and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Let me just make sure I get all this stuff. And she also put, at the end, I have to read this, it says, give your life to Christ, and don't let it be too late. Time is not on our side. We must repent and turn from our wicked ways and allow God to manifest in our lives. 6 months, she stated, flesh crawling off my skin, and she smelled death. I'm going to tell you something. God was there when you transition. Being transgender is not about glamour. Being transgender is not about hair. Being transgender is not about a pill. Being transgender is not about a body. Being transgender is already a woman. You see, I'm going to tell you something. When you are a woman, you don't need hair. You don't need outfits. You don't need breasts. You don't need hips. And you don't need nobody telling you that you are trying to be a woman. Because you already are. You already are. See, this is the thing. I've learned since I've watched a lot of detransitioning videos, girls think that they feel like a woman when they put on a dress. It's all about the makeup. But it's not about the mind. Let me tell you something. You could put on 1,000 outfits, but if the soul is weak, it's just nothing but all black. Did you hear what I said? You could put on 1,000 outfits to represent a woman, but if the soul is weak, it is all in black. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I've always been a person that tells you to watch your friends and watch people around you and stuff like that. She said she was in hell for 6 months. And you cannot, let me make sure I get this right. She said that whatever people said to you about being trans, you know, you're changing something in yourself. And, you know, it's not right. It's not way of God. Let me tell you something. If you feel like you're in hell being trans, you were never trans. That's like me saying, I've been in hell since I've been black, so I'm going to be white. Oh, now I'm around the black people, I want to go back to being black because I don't like being white anymore, I'm going to be back to black. It just don't go that way. There are some people out here that are born with blue eyes, act like a straight up white person. They don't do nothing to act white. There are little kids that are born to act just like a straight up woman. They never done anything. There are certain kids that you can put music on and just start dancing and you say to yourself, how did this person know this? Because it comes from within. It's the spirit. It's the spirit. It's something you can't see. You know, like love. We fight and we go through life and we try to get this money, get that money, make our kingdoms big. But when the spirit is weak, no matter how much riches is around you, it can't heal you. You self-medicate on drugs, you self-medicate on liquor, you self-medicate. And when someone says, you know what, put that down. Put your hands up. Oh, I don't want to hear that. Let me tell you something. God loves me. God loves you. But I don't push that on you. I don't come in here and I don't tear and tell you, turn to the Lord, because you have parents that has punished you for those reasons. There is a child, as we speak, that's being tormented because of who they are, telling them they're going to hell. Guess what they do? They kill themselves. Because you taught them to hate them. God loves them, but every time you mention God, it's never love. It's always hate. So maybe the people that you were around was your destroyers, your demons. You have to be careful the circle of people you bring with you, because your 6 months will be in hell. Sometimes the best friend you have is the man you don't see. Sometimes your best friends around is the mirror that you do see. Sometimes you need to put your hands up and pray to God. Sometimes that's where it's at. So you have to understand this. God don't just show up. He's always been there. So while you're visiting him, he was always there all the time. Your testimony is okay. And I have no problem with your testimony. But don't throw that back on us about God and we need to repent and all this kind of stuff. Because that's your story. You share that with the people who don't like people like us that are different. Jesus was different. And look at his reward. And I'm not saying that we are Jesus, we're God. That's not what I'm saying. For all you people who's looking for something to destroy. That's what a lot of people do. I always told everyone who's ever listened to me, if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, you say you don't have to. But I'm going to tell you something. Being trans, that's the word we're using, because I remember the word used to be femme queen. But being trans, it's never in my vocabulary coming up. Being a femme queen was never in my vocabulary, coming up. Being a woman, being a girl, that was my category. That was my category. That's who I recognize myself as. And I recognize myself that this is a little kid, this tall, my mother standing inside the bathroom like this one. And I said, Mom, The boys always call me a girl. And she said, well, you tell them, you're not a girl. Tell them you're a boy. And as a parent looking to a child, she second guessed herself and she said to herself, is my child gay? So as a parent to a child that's very innocent, don't quite know what's going on in the world because it just gotten here, she tested her child out, which was me. She says, you're not a girl, are you? Never underestimate the power of a woman. She asked me, you're not a girl, are you? And I said, yes, Mama, I am. She said, you can't be a girl because only girls like boys. She said, you don't like boys, do you? I said, yes, Mama, I do. You know what happened? I revealed myself to her. I never knew the damage I had just done. As a child, as a being 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and not knowing the damage I had just done to a person who does not acknowledge gay people, who does not love gay people. Oh, I don't mind you being gay, it just can't be my child. That day, Mama cut me off. I don't raise fags. She made the phone call, called my father. They tried their best to, to change me, beat me, take it out of me. Y'all never even noticed that I got burns in my face. Y'all didn't never even notice this light from my father. You see, they're the people who don't like gay people. I felt I had to deal with that. I never knew why they didn't like me so much. I didn't get it. You brought me here, you mad at me, why? Tell me why. But they've been telling me, you're a fag. Now, these are not people you meet on the street. These are my parents. These are my God. Then what do I need to do to fix this? It don't go away. So guess what I did? I tried to go away. Kept trying to kill myself, and I'm going to tell you what God did. Like, since God don't love us, I take pills. I think I tried to kill myself at least 5 or 6 times. And you know who was there with me? God. And I'm going to tell you what he did. I took the pills, I laid in the bed, and I waited. And I'm going to tell you what he did. He said, wake up. Wake up. And then like a kid, you go. He said, you're my child. I love you. Those are your earthly parents, but you're my child. If they let you go, I got you. I got you. Don't let this world make you believe the things that they believe. You're my child. You're my child. And say, I transition because of this. And we don't transition because of glamour. It's already in you. So if that's what you did, you're right, you need to transition because you was never that. You were someone who loved outfits and loved looking beautiful. And it's not about that at all. And that's the reason why I just put it out there like that and hold my whole thing. And, my thing is that this is what she wants to do, do it. Do it. That's your story. But just don't pull us down with your story. Tell your testimony. Go to church, throw your hands up, do what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be left alone with you. And you can hide from everybody else in this world, but you can't hide from you. And another thing, when you go to these churches and all that stuff, make sure you do drop-bys. Check up on your people in the church. If they're not only talking the talk, they walking the walk. You'll be surprised what you may find out. You may be surprised that maybe, God made no mistake when it came to you. Anyway, that being said, I just wanted to put that out there and stuff like that, because I always try to look, I'm very, very supportive when it comes to my suicidal people, and any type of information that comes after them, I'm coming after you. That's just the kind of person I am. I do not want anybody to kill themselves on my watch as long as I'm living. I will not sit around and just watch and shut up and be silent. I want my people to live. I want people who are different to live. I want you to learn that being different is not a bad thing. And you're not alone. Anyway, that being said, I just wanted to put that out there. So for that, sorry it went so long. And I want to say hello, my dogs. Meow. I want to say, and I want to hear how you feel about this. I want to say hello, my kings. Oof. I want to say hello, new people. Boom. I want to say old people. Bam. And I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. What you do to you, I want you to do the best way that you can. And nobody lessens them.